What's up YouTube? Recently it was announced by All Elite Wrestling that on May 25th at Double or Nothing, the Nightmare Cody Rhodes will be taking on the natural Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes, also known as Goldust, recently left the WWE, retiring his Goldust character, and will be debuting for All Elite Wrestling on May 25th at the MGM Grand. Dustin Rhodes has had a 30+ year career in professional wrestling, debuting in 1988, and he just so happened to turn 50 years old last year, meaning that he's going to be wrestling at the age of 50 in one of the co-main events of one of the biggest shows this year. That's really impressive. But over his years in WWE and WCW and TNA and everywhere else he's wrestled his entire career, the man's put on some classic matches showing why he's one of the best to ever do it. While he might not have been a world champion in the WWE or WCW, he definitely was deserving to get at least a title shot, but he wasn't really given enough, right? Like, he was a great Intercontinental champion, but he definitely deserved like main event status at some point. If it was wrestling back in the day of Terry Funk or wrestling nowadays with Bray Wyatt, Goldust has always been able to go within the ropes. And sure, we all remember his Intercontinental Championship glory days against Razor Ramon, his ladder matches against Shawn Michaels, and his WrestleMania 12 Classic against Roddy Piper. There's still been a lot of matches that Dustin Rhodes has taken part of that you guys still need to see. So these are 5 Dustin Rhodes / Goldust matches that you guys need to see. Number 5, Dustin Rhodes versus Black Bart. I put this match on the list because it's only within his 2nd year during his 31+ year career in wrestling. Happening back in 1989 at CWA Memphis, apparently it was a title match. Dustin definitely showed why he is the son of the American Dream, showing his brawling style within the ropes back in 1989. Back in 1989! Back in 1989! That's a long time ago. I wasn't even thought of back then. I was born in 1999. I'm talking about a match that's 10 years older than me. Like, this is weird. Black Bart wasn't necessarily the greatest wrestler ever. He moved a little slow. He had a little couple pounds on the stomach area. He was a little tubby. But even working with a limited opponent, instead of having a technical wrestling classic, he decided to go with a brawling tactic. Well, I'm not going to spoil the end of the match. I'm going to leave links to all these matches down in the description, by the way, so you can check them out. But with only 2 years of wrestling under his belt, Dustin definitely showed why that Memphis territory would soon become Rhodes country. Number 4, Goldust versus Chris Jericho on Superstars in 2010. He's painting up his face where he's putting a cowboy hat on. Goldust and Dustin were always put against these world champions because WWE had a lot of faith in him. Happening only 24 days before WrestleMania 26 on WWE Superstars. Back when Superstars was like still kind of important and had like really cool dream matches and like unique matches you never thought you would see. Remember Rey Mysterio versus Tyson Kidd? Like, I never thought I would see that match, but now since I saw it, I loved it. That was this match of Goldust versus Chris Jericho. Jericho had recently became the world champion, defeating The Undertaker and several other superstars inside the Elimination Chamber, and was well on his way to co-main events in WrestleMania 26 against Edge. But before we can get to that, he had to go through a nickname I never thought I'd ever heard Goldust ever be called. Apparently, he was called the Gilded Stranger. It just sounds like you're a fish person, but okay. At this point, Goldust had already had a 20+ year career wrestling, so the way the man transitioned between moves during the match was a sight to see. I'll show this clip and kind of narrate over it so I don't get demonetized. As Jericho whips Goldust into the ropes, he kind of goes down, expecting Goldust to get tripped up. Oh no! He's bent over, I didn't see, I'm gonna trip over his head. Rather than that, Goldust goes around him, grabs him by the tights and throws him back into the ropes, and then hitting him with what seems to be a rear view type of move before hitting with a clothesline. That's something only a veteran in the ring would actually know how to do, which shows how incredible this man's in-ring psychology is, as well as his ring awareness, because he was able to do all that and then hit him with a rear view, kinda. You ain't Naomi, but good try. And quickly hit him with a clothesline before the crowd could realize what just happened. Again, I'm not going to tell you who won the match, but personally, I would love to see if like the week before WrestleMania, since Goldust did such a good job in this match, that Jericho would actually have to defend the title against him on SmackDown, and then that would lead into WrestleMania. Maybe Edge could have gotten involved and that kind of stuff, because like the dude kind of deserved a title shot. He put on such a great match. Number 3, Goldust versus BRET on Raw in 1997. Another opportunity of Goldust facing the world champion of the World Wrestling Federation. This match only came weeks before the Montreal Screwjob, so I guess you kinda know what happened in that match. Goldust came to the ring with half gold hair and half black face paint. He black-faced. Oh wait, no, there was that little gold thing right there. Okay, no, you're good. Whew, we hate to see blackface in wrestling. Okay. Moving on. The big story going into this was Bret Hart's frustration over Shawn Michaels' antics before Survivor Series. And while Goldust wasn't this match more as an enhancement talent, he still showed why Bret Hart is one of the best to ever do it, because you can't have a great wrestling match with just one person. As Bret Hart's a great technician, Goldust had to switch up how he wrestled a little bit and had to get a little technical with it. As we can see by reverses and the holds Goldust does within this match, he shows enough in-ring knowledge to show why he's one of the best to ever do it between the ropes, but also not enough to damage the credibility of the World Wrestling Federation champion, the Hitman Bret Hart. I think I can just give this one away. I mean, he ended up tapping out to the sharpshooter, which led to DX and the Hart Foundation all coming out and just kind of clashing and stuff. But that's not to take away from how good Goldust was in this match. Number 2, Dustin Rhodes versus Stunning Steve Austin at Halloween Havoc in WCW. This contest was held for Dustin Rhodes' WCW US Heavyweight Championship, as the Natural took on the Stunning Steve Austin. The stunning Steve Austin. He has blonde hair. He has hair. Whoa, who would have ever thought? Just looking at the two men in this match and see where they would go eventually in their WWE careers, it's crazy to think I'm talking about this match being a United States Championship match at Halloween Havoc in WCW. Like, this is insane. While the first few minutes were a lot of rest holds and it was kind of slow, eventually the real story came into line. As Dustin threw Austin over the top rope, we could see that Austin accidentally hyperextended his knee. Ooh, injuries. Ooh, which eventually be one of the key points of the match. As I believe Jesse Ventura was on commentary, he just grinded into the fact that how Dustin Rhodes would not leave that knee alone. As Austin would try to get into the ring and try to throw out his hand as like, hey, let's just have a fair wrestling match, Goldust would slap it away and go right back to hurting the knee. Something we don't really see that often today, where wrestlers actually focus on one part of the body to actually break down. Because during this match, Austin would work on Dustin Rhodes' neck, that way he could eventually set him up for the stun gun. It wasn't the stunner back then, it was the stun gun. While Rhodes would work on the hyperextended knee of Steve Austin. I can't tell you guys who won the match, I feel like you guys should just watch it instead, but there is a link down there if you want to click on it and check it out. And number 1, Goldust versus Randy Orton on Raw 2013. Now this match led into a bunch of really good matches by Goldust that we see later in his career. This would be the slow build that would eventually see Goldust and Cody Rhodes become a tag team and become tag team champions, which led to the Classic Against the Shield at Battleground 2013 in an amazing triple threat match of the Shield versus the Rhodes brothers versus the Usos at Hell in a Cell 2013. But prior to this match, Randy Orton had beaten Cody Rhodes, which led to Cody Rhodes being fired by WWE. Also, Cody tweeted out that he's ready for the fight of his life, hashtag all in, before that match happened. He foreshadowed. But after Rhodes was fired by WWE, Goldust stepped in as the older brother that he is to save his brother. Another example of WWE put a lot of trust into Goldust, having him face their world champion again, as this match happened only a few weeks before Night Champions where he defended the title against Daniel Bryan. Much like I keep saying about his recent matches, Goldust showed us why he's such a veteran in the ropes. While it wasn't his day to actually get the win, to me it showed why Goldust deserved an opportunity to be WWE champion. Not saying he had to win the title, but at least give him a championship match on Raw. Like, imagine like a triple threat actually, of Orton versus Cody versus Goldust for the WWE Championship. If Goldust wins, Cody's fired. If Cody wins, Goldust is fired. And if Orton wins, they're both fired. Imagine that. That would have been dope, right? I just thought of this all off the top of my head. I should be on the creative team. Wow, people get paid to do this? I just made up a week of television for free. For free! How much do they get paid? Like, I'll do this for like $10 a week. Like, just let me in backstage. I just want some of that WWE catering. How else does Mark Henry stay that big? Yeah, I bet they have cake. Ooh. Cake. But yeah, guys, this video we really enjoyed. In the comments down below, what's your favorite Goldust match? And who do you guys think is gonna win a Double or Nothing? Cody Rhodes or Goldust or Dustin Rhodes? But make sure to like, comment, share, and always subscribe, and we outie.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.